What's going on, folks? Nate here at Tool Dyno Works. I'll go ahead and apologize because I don't sound great this morning. I woke up kind of feeling like crap, but I still wanted to share with you a build that we just wrapped up last night because the results here are awesome. Now, this is a Harley that a customer of ours owns. It's 2017 Milwaukee 8, and this guy is one of my favorite customers. Not because of the amount of money he spends with us, just because he's a great dude. And we always love supporting veterans, and this guy is a veteran. Regardless, this thing started out as a 107 Milwaukee 8. And we tuned this about 3 years ago for this customer. And when we tuned it for him originally, this was really just a stage 1 build. This was a set of headers and some mufflers and an intake and our ECU flash and tuning on the dyno. And I'll show you the results of what it made back in like 2019. And there we go. Made about 82 horsepower and 100 foot-pounds of torque to the tire on pump gas when Nels tuned this bike for him. And he's been pretty happy with that. He rides this thing around all the time, all over the place. And his buddy, that also comes in here all the time for service work, got something a little newer and faster. And this customer reached out to us via email and said, hey, I can't let him beat me from light to light, so what can we do? I want more. And I just said, no problem. Because while this engine still looks nice and stock from the outside, it is far from it on the inside. What started as this stock internals 107 Milwaukee 8 is now a 129 cubic inch big bore high compression kit, and we swapped out the stock cam for a Woods 22XE cam, replaced the lifters with the S&S precision lifters and the adjustable push rods. We went ahead and installed the fueling crank gear just for a little bit more accurate mechanical timing, and obviously added the necessary ventilation upgrades for the crankcase just so it doesn't blow oil everywhere with all the extra power that it's now making. And that leads me to the important part. Is how much more power is it now making? Well, I'll show you. That is the final run when I was done breaking in and tuning this new engine yesterday. 120 horsepower and just under 150 foot-pounds of torque to the tire on pump gas. And that is almost exactly 50% more horsepower and 50% more torque. If I actually overlay the two graphs here, you can see that it's just not even the same bike anymore. I mean, it's just not even comparable performance. And when I went ahead and emailed him the results last night when we were done, he was stoked. He's actually going to be picking this bike up at noon once we're just done doing our final reassembly and getting it all buttoned back up, and he'll be good to go. It's also important to note that you can get a lot more power out of these big bore kits if you want to go ahead and also do some head work or swap out the heads entirely, replace the throttle body, and do all kinds of other supporting modifications to get those numbers closer to like 140 horsepower and 160 foot-pounds of torque. But by the time you do that, the rest of the drive line, being the belt and the compensator and the transmission, just isn't going to last long. And this guy puts a bunch of miles in this bike, so we customized this build specifically for his needs and what he's looking to do, which is just have a nice, fun, reliable Harley and beat the shit out of his buddy that just bought a new one. So if you've been thinking about doing a build or doing some big upgrades here now that we're getting into the off season, don't hesitate to shoot us an email or give us a call. We are more than happy to help, and we can absolutely customize a platform just like we did for this customer that's going to fit your needs and your budget.